What is going on? I'm Zmod, code Zmod, every single Supercell game, yada yada yada. Now, my video yesterday got one of my accounts almost to 18 and one of my accounts almost to 17. So if you're not sure, do go check that out. Spoiler alert, rifles with tanks are decent. Now, as far as a no instant training tech tree, I'm talking about tanks. So on your other accounts, once you get to here, you need to make a choice. Probably want to go that way because this building health node is super strong. Heavies are fun as well. Now, if you don't have instant training, I'm going to show you something different. We're going to go in on a battle. We're going to not spend diamonds because that would be silly. Maybe it's your jam. Nonetheless, we are just going to drop all of our... You know what? We're not even going to have to drop any troops because this person's base is terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And bada bing, bada boom. We are amazing. 356. So, if you don't have instant training, this might be the answer for you. Sniper Alley is sitting there wondering what in the world just happened. At least we're going to give them some free engine rooms, but we are still going to... And by the way, why are people using Grenadiers? It just defies all logic. Don't use Grenadiers when they have no defenses. Zookas will be faster. Crazy. Anyways, we picked up the win. I am not the first person to do this. This has been done many times over many seasons, but this is the first season where it's just straight out of the gate. Now, I went and spent nothing, like did not get machine guns, did not get green mines, did not get smoke. I just got all of the stuff and went back this way. And the problem is you have to spend some of those upgrade tokens in order to get enough tech to get into 3 engine rooms. And then I went back and got artillery. Took me a long while. Initially, if you have tick 4 artillery, it takes 5 of them to take down a building. Once you get max, it only takes 4. And with that GBE node plus that GBE node, you end up with 94 GBE, which is enough for 8 artilleries. So we're just going to keep dropping our troops, picking up what should be easy wins, I assume. Just need our Grenadiers to get some form of something, anything. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 back there, 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. And now we've still got even more GBE that we can throw onto that engine room, and we're just going to use Brick's cluster grenade when and if Brick ever gets up there, and then just flaring onto that final engine room. If you have warriors, it's even stronger. 3 minutes 34 seconds. Doesn't matter if we lose troops. I was taking down bases using 1 warrior, 2 Zookas, and 3 Grenadiers. Not boats, like troops. So is it trolling? Maybe, but at least we're giving people those free engine rooms, which is very kind of us, of course, and making them, on the plus side of this, I feel like anyone who loses to this base, they go, oh, maybe I should consider getting artillery. And I'm going to call that a win. Even though we are crushing people and making people sad, at least we're going to make them think, is my justification for all of this ridiculousness. And again, warriors and Zookas to clear some mines, all of our Grenadiers, and then I'm trying my darndest not to count out loud. It drives me crazy when I do that. Let's get those out there, and then our Grenadiers are going to just start chucking over the top of this. We can throw a couple artillery, and then just going to wait a second, hoping that Brick made it alive. Of course she didn't. Let's just throw that final flare, that final artillery. We're not going to get enough GBE to BART out all of the engine rooms, and we might actually even lose here. We did. Fizzled. So you gotta be a little tiny bit more careful than I was there. As you saw, Grenadiers with no troop health in this node just getting absolutely pummeled. I am going to stay in the 3 engine room level at this base all season long. Like, I have no intents or purposes to get this base further along. There's no needs whatsoever. Just dropping Grens. We're gonna go something like this. So if you're down in the lower levels like these accounts that we're facing are, keep your troops, keep your engine rooms from touching. You definitely don't want your engine rooms touching, because all you're doing is giving your opponents some free energy, some free shots, and we're going to pick up a 3-minute 40-second time. I'm very curious to see if we can get this account up into iron. I always get the times. We're in stone right now? Yep. I think we can get up into iron. Then people will probably start to get wise. Now, I've faced a couple Sky Shield bases, and people don't know how to place their Sky Shields, so I'm not overly concerned with that. We are, again, gonna throw a flare, wasting some gunboat energy, unfortunately, because that will hopefully, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep our dudes out of the range of that mortar, was my hope. And then we can just keep throwing all of our GBE towards that one. And then a couple there and brick flaring over onto there. Come on, Grenadiers. Don't let us lose. It would be very embarrassing to lose without a fizzle. Come on. I don't even care if we lose, to be honest. We're getting free chests for our task force and not having to spend any diamonds or intel. Now, this is probably only useful for a secondary account for you, because let's be honest, you're not going to be able to make it to gold using this, although maybe, probably not though. If I make it to gold on this account, it would be absolutely bonkers. But please, if you see a naked base, please don't drop Grenadiers. That is just ridiculous. They are going to miss. Maybe that's all you had left, but we've moved up into 9. That means that we can spend some tokens on our Grenadiers, which is going to get us a couple extra free troops. Also, we're going to get brick uploaded. That way we could potentially just take out an engine room using Brick's cluster grenade once we get her upgraded a little bit. But for the moment, do we have no Grens? Okay, so we're going to send all of you guys over here. Brick's going to go with you, and then just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 on there. And that should get all of this stuff done as Brick's cluster grenade helps us take down that base in short order. So we got 346, we got a 356, I think. Jack, what do you got for us? Just a reminder that players, at least Jack dropped some troops on the right. It's amazing just how much players down here struggle. All of you guys out there, I am almost certain would have dropped on this right-hand side. Sure, Jack's got some Grenadiers mixed in, but Jack's going to be fairly quick because Jack's using battle orders. Jack's dropped on both ramps. So, Jack, that's the best attack I've seen so far. Well done to you. We're going to keep going until we lose. I wish you could get rid of this screen. I've clicked it a couple times by accident. I don't want to spend diamonds. I just want to drop my troops and get going. We're going to go over here. And then, thankfully, on this right-hand side, once we have warriors, it's going to be even better. And I'm not sure the exact best ratio of using cluster grenade versus using artillery, but we'll figure that out later on as we push ourselves forwards. I'm having a lot of fun. I know it's stupid. I know we're trolling people, but we're giving people free engine rooms. We're getting people to think, whether it's you guys watching the video or it's our opponents. Please use both ramps, though. This right-hand side ramp, by the way, is faster. That is a better way to get your troops up. That is why I've put 2 engine rooms on the left-hand side. Yes, this base is terrible, but I still put a tiny bit of thought into it. So we are gonna try to get to iron here. I'm going to try not to click that spend diamonds button, and we're going to keep on chugging along. Should be able to get it using this left-hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying not to count out loud because it drives me crazy. It drives you crazy. Let's get all of those cluster grenades out. Picking up huge wins against players with 2 prototypes. I haven't scouted anyone yet. And that's the beautiful thing about 3 engine rooms. I do know that after that tank is that building health, so things are going to change a little bit. But by that point, if we decide to go that way, I've got smoke, I've got I've got warriors, I've got brick, so we should still be able to be fast against 4s. It'll be much, much more difficult though. And that I love the fact that there's no building health down here. You don't have to think, you don't have to scout, you just drop your troops and hope for the best. We are moving up into 10. Let's see if we can't get into 11. We could spend right now and get ourselves a sky shield, just in case we run up against someone else that has the same thought process. Let's do that. Let's drop our sky shield right there. Now we can really make sure that we make it into 11, not spending diamonds, getting our battle going. Definitely a change in direction from our typical warships video, but I kind of like that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting those things down. Getting our artillery onto that gosh darn stinking engine room. A brick will throw most of her stuff past onto that other engine room. We've got 1 Zuka there, 2 Zukas, 3 Zukas there, and all of them are dead. So we wasted some troops. Still got 336. Win streak still intact, I think. Let's see what Lucille has for us. 3 minutes Grenadiers. Don't do it, folks. Don't do it. Grenadiers are not the answer when there are no defenses. By the way, also quick note, against 4 engine room bases, when you come up against someone who doesn't have building damage and doesn't have green mines, just battle orders and rifles right through it. It's a little bit counterintuitive. I didn't think it was going to work, but it definitely does. And now that we've got that happening, we're going to throw a flare just to be super duper sure. And then all of Brick's explosive charge cluster grenades crushing through the bases, making people scratch their heads, hopefully entertaining you guys in the process. And it's kind of interesting playing at the lower levels because you get to see that, hey, I kind of think I'm okay at the game. And then you see people dropping 8 boats left and using Grenadiers against no defenses. And you're like, yeah, okay, I'm okay. Here's our boss battle. This could be the last one, the last time for this video. I'm going to keep pushing, by the way, see if we can get it up into higher ranks. I feel like it's going to be tough though, because as you can see here, we're starting to get into a little bit more skilled base builders. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No free GBE over there, unfortunately. Did that get enough? Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I should flare or not. Let's just throw a couple artillery over here. And then as soon as that thing's gone, you know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get Brick over there. We're going to start chucking her buttons, pressing her buttons, trying to get that engine room down. And it feels good. Feels like we're probably going to move into the iron tier. So do follow this guide. It is going to get you at the very least into iron. Let me know, is it cheating for me to throw that sky shield out there? Feels like maybe we should move our engine room just ever so slightly this way. That way our opponents make sure that they hit the engine room first. Don't want them to hit that sky shield. I want the people coming from this left-hand beach to get the engine room down first. We lost! We lost! Rocco, you did it! Well done, Rocco. Battle orders from that left-hand side. Thank you, Rocco, for restoring my faith in the booming of the beaches. We're still in our boss fight. We can still get this. Thank you, Rocco. I assume we won, and then we didn't get the change, so I was a bit confused. Now, obviously, you'll do far better if you actually load your troops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 onto there. Thank you, Rocco. That is fantastic. I don't want to say that I wanted to lose, but I'm kind of happy that we did at the same time. Need bricks, cluster grenade to get out, wasted a bunch of GBE, and now we are in that downward spiral. You guys have all been there, where you lose your boss battle and just go on absolute tilt. And Rocco, you put me on tilt, my friend. We now have 0 troops. And this is the number one thing that you want to avoid. If you don't have any troops, you don't want to have to attack with just one warrior. Make a good story for how you made it into iron, but just not ideal at all. So we are going to go something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get this over here. And now I don't think we're going to be able to do this because that Simo is going to absolutely wreck Brick before she gets any shots off, I think, as is the Doom Cannon, completely and utterly on tilt. But you guys know what to do when you're on tilt, right? We are going to do exactly what you should always do when you're having problems winning at the tables, or winning at this Boom Beach table. I guess because I'm sitting at a table, I can. Anyways, you get the basic idea. We are going to give this a go. We are going to send all of our troops on this right-hand side, throwing a flare to try to keep our troops out of harm's way. Having a real hard time not counting out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're just going to crush and rush all of the things. Need that gosh darn sniper tower gone. Let's get going over onto here, throwing out an artillery, pounding on that button with Miss Brick, and 334. We got the same time as Rocco got. Is it going to be enough time for us? I kind of doubt it, actually. Did we finally make it? Oh, we won, barely. That was like me and Rocco switching sides on that one. Let's get back in here. Bases, clearly, we're not going to be able to get too much higher than 11. That is great news. I was a bit worried about that. Let's get you guys out here. You guys are going to be our front peoples attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then all of the cluster grenades. Let's go, cluster. Artillery, and where is Brick? Come on, Brick. Those warriors are helping keep Brick and our grenadiers alive. Now we've got that cluster grenade coming out. 340, we're getting faster yet again. Need to keep moving with the bases as we get against better and better players. So warriors would definitely be faster. I know once my warriors load into my landing crafts, we'll start using some warriors with some flares. But for right now, just trying desperately to get into 11. Where? Oh, where is that? Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again onto that engine room right there with all of the cluster grenades, with all of Brick's GBE. Don't put your engine rooms on the shore. Bad things will happen. Don't have your engine rooms touching. I guess this is kind of turned into a how not to build a 3 engine room base. And we'll finally get into 11, or I'm just going to call this video quits because we've gone, there's a certain threshold of ridiculousness and we've definitely approached it. There we go. We are into 11. That is going to help us move slightly forward. I have no plans of where the heck that's going to move us. None of this stuff is going to help us. Oh, there's more GBE. There we go. We got our answer. So, there is your answer in a big way. That costs 24. Let's go back that way. I'm going to go this. We're going to go through medics. Sure. And then that node right there, as soon as I get more GBE, it is over. We will be that much stronger. I am so glad that you guys stuck around to the end because it would have been terrible to not be able to show you that there's extra GBE on the horizon. I'm going to keep pushing here, get into 12, maybe 13 or 14. Feels like it'll be tough, but with no troops lost and no diamonds spent and no waiting, you're basically we're playing with house money. It's free. Anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I know it's ridiculous. I know it's silly. I try to balance out the silly with the educational and the fun. I'm Zedmont. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you're going to follow this with one of your accounts. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.